Have you ever felt that no matter what you try, bad breath just won't go away? You brush, you floss, you use mouthwash, but that anxiety always comes creeping back. What if the problem isn't your hygiene, but your strategy? What if you could move from masking the problem to curing it permanently? In this video, we're breaking down the definitive, evidence-based clinical guide to doing exactly that. This isn't about mints or quick fixes. This is about understanding the real science and building a complete system that works. Let's begin. Let's start by understanding why the usual solutions fail. Mints, gums, cosmetic mouthwashes, they're like putting a rug over a stain. They might cover the smell for a few minutes by adding a stronger scent or temporarily drying your mouth, but they do nothing to address the bacterial biofilm, the actual source of the odor. Worse, alcohol-based rinses can dry out your mouth, and a dry mouth is a paradise for the very bacteria causing the problem. This creates a cycle of temporary relief followed by a harsh rebound. We need to break this cycle. So where is this smell actually coming from? For a permanent cure, you need to know your enemy. In over 90% of cases, the primary battlefield is the back of your tongue, a rough terrain where bacteria build fortified cities called biofilms. For others, the war is in deep gum pockets, unreachable by floss, or in the cryptic tunnels of your tonsils, where smelly stones form. The odor itself comes from gases, volatile sulfur compounds, or VSCs, which are the waste products of these bacteria feasting on proteins in your mouth. Our strategy must attack all these fronts. Attacking this problem requires a complete architecture, not just one trick. That's why we've built our protocol on 4 core pillars. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid foundation and multiple supports. Pillar 1 is mechanical, physically removing the bacterial fortress. Pillar 2 is chemical, neutralizing the odor molecules at a molecular level. Pillar 3 is biological, repopulating your mouth with good bacteria to keep the bad ones out. And Pillar 4 is anatomical, fixing the physical structures like deep gum pockets or tonsil crypts that harbor bacteria. Miss one pillar and the structure is weak. Let's dive into the first and most crucial pillar, mechanical removal, and it starts with your tongue. Brushing your tongue is like using a broom on deep pile carpet. It misses the debris trapped below. A dedicated tongue scraper, however, applies uniform pressure to express the biofilm and debris from those deep papillae. Studies show scraping is about 75% more effective at reducing odor-causing gases than brushing. The protocol is simple, but non-negotiable. Use a metal or plastic scraper, extend your tongue, start from the very back, and pull forward with gentle pressure 2 to 5 times, twice daily. This is your non-negotiable first strike. But what about the bacteria hiding where no brush or string can go? For a complete mechanical clean, you must address the subgingival space, the area under your gum line. This is where a water flosser becomes essential. It uses hydrodynamic shear, a pressurized, pulsating stream to flush out debris and disrupt biofilm from pockets up to 6 millimeters deep. Why does this matter for breath? Because bleeding gums release blood proteins, which are a prime food source for odor-causing bacteria. Reducing bleeding by, as one study showed, up to 93% directly starves the enemy. This is your deep cleaning special ops. Now that we've physically broken down a bacterial fortress, we move to Pillar 2, chemical neutralization. Our first weapon here is zinc. Think of zinc ions as molecular bounty hunters with a specific target, sulfur. When zinc encounters hydrogen sulfide, the classic rotten egg gas, it binds to it in a chemical reaction, transforming that volatile, smelly gas into an odorless solid particle that simply can't be exhaled. It's like turning a fog into a stone. For the best results, look for bioavailable forms like zinc acetate or chloride in your mouthwash or lozenges. This isn't masking, it's molecular disarmament. Zinc's perfect partner is chlorine dioxide. Don't confuse it with chlorine bleach. This is a precise, selective oxidizing agent. While zinc traps the gas,
Chlorine dioxide attacks the odor molecules themselves, breaking their chemical bonds and rendering them inert. It's like sending in a specialized cleanup crew with scrubbers. Crucially, it does this without the tissue damage and dry mouth caused by high alcohol rinses, which can worsen the problem long term. Used together in a rinse, zinc and chlorine dioxide form the gold standard chemical 1-2 punch for a lasting fresh environment. Pillar 3 is where we shift from defense to sustained peace, biological re-engineering. If we only kill bacteria, we leave an empty ecological void that bad bacteria quickly recolonize. The solution is to fill that void first with good bacteria. Specific oral probiotics, like the strain Streptococcus salivarius K12, act like beneficial settlers. They compete for space and resources, and even produce natural antibiotics that specifically inhibit the odor-causing bacteria. The key is delivery. You need a lozenge or chewable tablet, not a pill for your gut. Take it right before bed after your evening routine, letting these beneficial bacteria establish their colony overnight. This is how you build a self-sustaining, fresh ecosystem. The final pillar recognizes that some causes require professional intervention. No amount of home care can shrink a deep gum pocket or smooth out a cryptic tonsil. If your halitosis is stemming from periodontitis, laser-assisted therapies can disinfect and reduce these pockets. If it's from relentless tonsil stones, a simple in-office laser cryptomesis can resurface the tonsils. And crucially, if the source is systemic, like acid reflux from GERD or an H. pylori infection, the cure isn't in your mouth at all. It's with a gastroenterologist. Knowing when to call in the specialists is a critical part of a true permanent cure. Now let's bring all 4 pillars together into your actionable daily blueprint. This is the system. Morning. Start by clearing sinus drip if needed. Then mechanically debrief with tongue scraping. Brush with a zinc or baking soda paste. Chemically neutralize with your zinc and chlorine dioxide rinse. Daytime. Support the environment. Stay hydrated. Use xylitol gum after meals to stimulate saliva and disrupt bacteria. Consider green tea for its polyphenols. Evening. Do your deep clean. Water floss to evacuate the day's debris from pockets. Brush and scrape again. Finally, send in your biological reinforcements with your probiotic lozenge right before sleep. Consistency with this integrated routine is what builds permanence. On your journey, avoid these common pitfalls that sabotage progress. Don't rely solely on alcohol-based rinses. They're a trap. Don't skip tongue scraping. You're ignoring the main battlefield. Don't neglect dry mouth. Saliva is your natural defense. Use xylitol. And don't try to self-diagnose and treat what might be reflux. See a doctor. The mantra is simple. Do the complete system. It's the synergy that creates the cure. Looking ahead, science is exploring groundbreaking ideas like oral microbiome transplantation, essentially resetting your mouth's bacterial ecosystem. But you don't need to wait for the future. The tools for a permanent cure are here, now. Your key takeaway today is this. Chronic bad breath is not a life sentence. It's a solvable biological puzzle. The path to a permanent cure isn't found in a single magic product, but in a consistent, multi-pronged system. Be patient as you rebuild your oral ecology. Commit to the protocol, and you will reclaim not just fresh breath, but your confidence. If you found this guide valuable, the best way to support this channel is to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Follow us for daily tips. And next up, we're debunking the myths and revealing the real science behind another topic. Thanks for watching, and here's to your lasting health and confidence.